Well, we want to say thanks for rejoining us and welcome. We're still here at the home of the chairman of the Opposition Unity Party, Reverend Dr. Luther Tape. And the man who's on camera now is one of the staunch supporters of the Opposition Unity Party in presence of Noah Zawo Gibson. Noah, I'd like to say welcome to Focus on Liberia Online Television. First of all, how are you today?
You know, I will not tell you say I'm all right. Obviously, I can tell you that I'm all right. Psychologically, I'm not all right.
Okay.
Emotionally, I'm not all right.
Noah, how long have you been here? And since you arrived, what have you gathered as per this situation?
Well, I've been here for a little almost 4 hours. I got here some minutes after 6 a.m. or anti-meridian, as one would say.
Okay.
The situation here is very alarming, it's scaring, it's disappointing. And I can tell you for real, look, why is true other party leaders don't want to be quick to make statements and they don't want to be quick to make allegations, and some are diplomatic. For me, I'm not a diplomat, I'm a radical president. That's why I love the Republican of the United States. So I am here to tell the world watching me that what happened here is Arson. It's Arson. I'm not going to miss my word on this. Look, Theo, first of all, you never had any electricity. LEC has not been on for several months. Our chairman has had some issue with his transformer, meaning no electricity here. Generator was not even on. The fire started from the garage.
Okay.
The garage is facing the street. Now, we've been told reliably that since our chairman got elected, he's been experiencing some 2 black jeeps tailing this yard. They will come and park out there and start to spy in the yard. And then, interestingly, I was told by some of those who were here, his neighbors who were here assisting him to put the fire off, that they saw some black jeeps around last night with some motorbike. As soon as those jeeps left, that was when the fire started. So how do you reconcile that? Are you telling me that those jeeps came and just ran a wire straight, then current came in the place, electrical shock took place? It's complete nonsensical. No one want to believe that.
Let me ask you, Noah, you think who's behind all of this?
Well, it's too early to point at anybody right now. So I will not be specific, or it won't sound credible if I were to point to a particular person right now. But it was done by some unscrupulous individual who don't want to see peace in this country, who do not have interest in seeing this country being peaceful. But what I can say, what happened here was awesome. I don't want anybody to think that it was just a normal fire outbreak. And that's why, you know, the police have made themselves in a way that anything that they will come up with, any report of any major incident or such in this country will not be accepted as credible, because they've done a lot of autopsy here on some secret killing, mysterious killing, and the report of the autopsy are proving to be very, disappointing. Like the Abba Peter and Gifty Laman situation, like the Princess Copper situation. So we're not coming to. Don't be surprised to hear the police telling you, say, it was a normal fire outbreak, nothing happened.
Why do you think someone will want to target, Reverend Tape? Because you sound like this has something to do with somebody, or somebody has something to do with this. Why would somebody want to target Reverend Tape?
But I don't know. Let me ask you a rhetorical question. So why don't you also think that the death of those auditors at the time, why didn't you also show have the concern that why you think people will want to kill them? But let me just answer your question for the sake of the public. Look, Reverend Tape has what it takes to influence a lot of people in this country on the side of the Unity Party. You know, we're going to a major election. Now, efforts were made to get him to the ruling establishment. In fact, when the news broke up that he was joining the party in December of 2019, he was being induced by the ruling establishment with a foreign ministerial position, which he rejected. And he is the chair of over 400,000 motorcyclists, the board chair of over 400,000 motorcyclists. You know, one of the strengths of the government is the motorcyclists. You know that. And so I'm not here anyway to say that we're suspecting that maybe folks from the ruling establishment may be behind this, but we haven't reached that point yet. So I'm just telling you why I think he is being targeted, or he might be targeted. Now, as you may be aware, we are going to a major election. This is not the very first time for the Unity Party or the opposition to suffer serious violence like this in this country. You were here in 2018, the very first by-election under the administration. You saw what happened to Cornelia Kratokpa, one of our party's star ones. She's now the vice chair for inter-party and NEC affairs. You saw what happened to her. Okay? You saw what happened to her. She was a candidate in that election. You saw what happened to Madam Yombri Kanga Lawrence, the standard bearer of the Liberty Party, and now Senator Dillon and then candidate Dillon. All right? They were chased by some thugs of the CDC in that district taking by-election. What came out from out of it? People got wounded. You saw the District 15 situation with Talia Uri, where she was in the house. They attempted to set the house ablaze. You saw what happened.
Let me ask you, Noah.
The president was there. So you saw all of the instances. More besides that, before you come in with your question, when we were celebrating Senator Dillon's first victory at the Liberty Party headquarters in 2019, you saw what happened. The CDC folks left their party headquarters and came to the Liberty Party headquarters to attack us while we were celebrating. And even it led to the beating of the Deputy Police Director for Operation Melvin Saka. And you saw what happened. So nobody has suffered violence in this country than the opposition.
Let me ask you this question, Noah. Don't you think this could also be orchestrated by some aggrieved elements within your party as a result of the just ended convention?
I would say absolutely no.
Why do you think so?
First of all, listen, check the history of the Unity Party. Had there been any time in the history of this country that the Unity Party is associated with violence? No. We went to an election that was peaceful. The election we went to, it was Unity Partisans, contesting with Unity Partisans. It was not about, Osalos, for me against Osalos. What will the former leadership stand to benefit from this? How do they profit them? The former leadership that just handed power are very responsible people. You heard Mo Ali, he posted our Secretary General, our immediate past Secretary General. He stated that even if it is a sweeping job, he waited to even serve the party. Chairman Munda was just at the party headquarters a few days ago. He met the current chairman, they hugged one another. In fact, he promised his expertise in terms of when they are needed. And I can tell you a lot of things, look, our party is so mature to the extent that since we came from the convention, did you ever hear any aggrieved statement on any of the media? I said maybe that statement was made secretly, but you never heard any aggrieved reaction from the side. They not win. So why would they do this? No. By the way, Mo Ali even called the chairman. I was sitting near the chairman. He called the chairman this morning. I believe he may be here by now, or he may be on his way. So I don't think anyone from the former leadership of the party will find interest in doing this kind of arson to our current chairman. They can't do that. They can never do it. So I think I see that as complete trash, and no one should even ask that question again.
Mr. Gibson, I work for Cool Online too. My name is William Howard. My concern is to the issue of the outbreak here today. Normally, we know in Liberia there's an institution responsible for handling fire disaster activities in this country. What's your thought on their regular, as normally people say, weakness or laziness when it comes to put on fire across the country?
And this is where people will now see me that I will attack the government viciously. Listen, the first thing here, the existence of the so-called fire service under this government is very insignificant. I don't see the significance for their existence. Now, here is what I'm saying this. Right here, our chairman is a close neighbor to the president, who is the standard bearer for the most responsible political party in this country, which is Liberia. Because right after 2017, The only party that we have now is Liberia, and he's the stand-up of Liberia. Now, the president says right here you have fire truck in his compound. They reached out to the fire truck. When they reached out to them, they told us that no fuel was in the truck, no water was in the truck. You're talking about in the president's compound. So who wonder whether if this were the president fire, I mean a compound that was being caught by fire, nowhere you would have seen, I mean where you didn't see fuel from, or where they never have fuel is where fuel would have come from, or water. So we reached out to them, they told us the truck never have fuel, it never have water. Amen, for God in heaven's sake. This is the president of the Republic of Liberia. Are you telling us we will allow politics to go their route? They want enough politics and hatred. The hatred. This is why we told people that this president hat is even blacker than Aspa, that commonly known as Kota in Liberia. The president hat is black, very black. You see, you sat here, a citizen of this country who you governing is at the verge of dying with his family, with his entire family. Right now, our chairman's son is in a hospital. He sustained a serious burn. He's in a hospital right now. So what if our chairman and his entire family would have died? Eh? So you're telling me that you president, you sitting here. So what is the essence of that fire truck being parked in the president's yard when no water, no fuel? Are you telling me you go park a defected thing in the president's yard? Is that possible? Eh? It's not possible. It was just a deliberate. It was just a deliberate intent. I tell you, if it were the president's yard that this thing had happened to, you would have had more than 10 fire trucks over there at once. So it tells you we are going towards election, and I want to say there I want to sound there as a caveat.
What's the fear as we approach the election?
Yeah, I will. First of all, I don't have no fear. You know why I don't have fear? If I tell you I have a fear, then it means that I will succumb to what they wanted to do.
Are you
because
prepared?
What they intended to do here is to instill fear in our newly elected chairman to stay away. So if I now state here categorically that I have a fear while we're going to war election, then obviously I will be defeating the thousands of our supporters that are watching this interview right now.
What is the caveat you want to sound?
The caveat I want to sound, the unity party, the opposition in general, gone are those days. We will no longer sit down and fold our hands again and tolerate any threat on our officials in this country anymore.
What will you
this
do?
is the last threat.
What will you do?
This is what will I do? Not for me to tell you what will I do, but let it happen again. The action will tell you what I plan to do.
What kind of action?
No, I'm not here to tell you what kind of action. But what I'm telling you here, it will never happen again. Look, I swear. Loma man say.
Just in case it happens.
I'm a typical Loma man. I'm speaking here. Loma man say, Gaga Zunu ta tikbe. Meaning I'm a man and a half. Eh? Anyone who say they are Zunu ta tikbe, let me mix Loma with English now. Anyone who thinks that they are men, they are Zunu ta tikbe, let them try and attack any of our party officials here again,
no, there's no
or neither the opposition.
Why are you election? All of
No, listen, you don't need.
Investigation has not been conducted.
But who is credible to do the investigation? The people that's supposed to do the investigation. Did you see the time they arrived? You saw the time they arrived. Do you know the thing happens? My man, we're not here. You are in the know that the police is a complete regime police. The police is in the habit of taking our decent uniform, putting it on, group of thugs calling themselves Porcupine Unit, Cobra Unit, Sabu Unit, and say they are police officers. Most of the riots have been going on in the country. The riot police been seen again, a real riot police. Eh? And I want to say this. Let all our militants who are hearing me that from today's date, we endorse Honorable Yaka Koluba's statement of training our own militants as we prepare for 2023. We endorse it, and we will listen. We will make sure the opposition unit force will be established to defend. We will step out the security of our party officials. We will step out security of, to our various party headquarters. Even our personal day here, my personal security will be advanced very soon.
You don't think that could revert us to our dark days?
Come again?
You don't think that could revert the country to its dark days?
Oh yeah, man. Why you talking about dark days here? Oh, so when you were here, when Abba Peter and Gifted Lama body were found in a car where they brought a purported autopsy report, say they died from carbon monoxide. In fact, one of the city parking tenants went and said that he saw Albert Peter suffocating.
I mean, I'm talking about supporting the formation of an opposition protection unit.
I come in. Where one of the city parking tenants said, his parking attendant said he saw Albert Peter sitting down with snot running from a nose, an eye red, suffocating from here. Then he told, he said, close my car door, let me die in peace. That one did not bring dark days. When Princess Copper Bounty, who the family refused, the police refused to tell what of the family because they said the family rejected their so-called autopsy report. They went and gave the body to the people secretly. They buried the woman. They didn't bring dark days. When Batten Yinswa, the head of the internal audit agency, was killed to his house in cold blood, they say he just jumped down and died. That did not bring dark days. It didn't bring dark days. You saw what happened. You saw what happened just the other time when they killed somebody else around the school clinic area there. It didn't bring dark days. But when we try to respond rapidly to defend ourselves, look, the election we're going to 2023. I'm telling you here.
What do you foresee?
For the sake of this election, from today on, until the election is over 2023, I prefer to be called General Olotunji Oloren Odidin of Nigeria, the famous autopus here in Liberia, the guy who told Taylor that he will be pushed 45 miles away from here and he will push. So that it means that I will be non-compromising. Anyone, the way you come, how the UP will respond. Gone are those days. We're not going to sit here and be folding our hair like we the one that got degree in intelligence all of the time. We're going to show the people that look, the days of overwhelming gentility of the UP is over.
Thank you, Noah.
I can guarantee you for
No,
that.
it's been a pleasure.
Thank you,
so much.
Noah Zawugesen. It's a pleasure having you on our network. We are still at the home of the chairman of the Unity Party, Reverend J. Luther Tape.
The Secretary General,
Okay, no problem.
have we spoken also
The secretary?
in view of the chairman?
My man,
All right.
the first man. He's the first.
Which
We're talking about going outside. And you're
which side?
No, it's broken.
Yeah, I said,
Yeah, yeah.
it's already organized. Everyone will not partake.
Okay, you're already here.
They got that problem.
Man, please go carry our press conference. The young people press conference. Please.
Hello, welcome to Spawn TV.
Greetings for this morning. I'm calling Makolo Bono, the acting Secretary General of Mosulata Youth Congress, one of the United Party. This morning, the surprise message I have received from a chairman with respect to the burning down of our current United Party chairman in person of Reverend Dr. Luther Tape, whom, you know, this for us who have 10 eyes, one way or the other is not surprising. The burning down of our chairman home, for some of us, one like me specifically, I see it as a tactics intended to instill fear in the chairman. This is a chairman who is not just a mere chairman. This is a chairman. This is a tactics, a clever idea designed by oppositions of the Unity Party. Oppositions, I mean enemies of Unity Party. Especially with respect to the character now who has just entered the Unity Party. That is the current chairman, Reverend Dr. Luther Tape I'm talking about. This individual I'm talking about is not just a mere individual. Reverend Dr. Luther Tape is an individual who has entered Unity Party not only as an individual but rather with a group. He is a leader of one of the masses of the downtrodden masses of this country. Which downtrodden masses am I talking about? The motorcyclist. So you see the kind of force that is behind him. So this is intended also to frighten, to fear him, so as to stay away as we gradually approach the 2023 general and presidential election. We are not, but let me give this to the public, that we are not going to be feared, not to be moved, not to be frightened by what has just or is unfolding. Because we are clearly aware and we are tired with such behavior. This is not the first time in terms of witch hunting. We are clearly aware that this country, we live in this country of hooliganism, we live in this country of lawlessness, has increased to the highest degree.
Do you think this was masterminded by the government of Liberia?
Tactically speaking, I don't want to say directly the government responsible, because I am from the constitutional background. If I am to implicate anybody, definitely under the law, when that time reaches, I must prove with respect to the law. So, but what am I trying to say is,
what are you sensing?
What am I sensing is this act was done by an opposition of the Unity Party, enemy of the Unity Party. So, as I said earlier, we don't know directly the doer. This is a fire that mysteriously took place. We don't know.
What can you wait for the outcome of this investigation?
The outcome of the investigation, we are going to wait. As we cannot take the law into our hands. All right, we are law-abiding citizens, so we are going to wait and see if there is any investigation. If the investigation be done or conducted, surely we are waiting to see the outcome of it. But my warning to you and that of the public is, we are not moved, not a fear with respect to what is happening or what has happened. We are going to stand tall and facing the bullet. 2022, this is just the beginning. And this will not frighten us, it will not move us, but we are going to stand with our chest open to whomever that is going or that have started grafting such draconian or witch hunting ideas, so as to marginalize the Unity Party because they see us as a threat in the 2023 election. So we are not going to relent.
You think the Unity Party is a force in this election?
Oh, the Unity Party is a force with respect to numerical strength. The Unity Party is under the numerical strength, the formidable party that I can tell you alternatively clear. I can unseat constitutionally the current government. Besides the Unity Party, take it to the bank. No other party. So the only competitor, the good competitor that can constitutionally unseat this weakling, a football, soccer-led legend government, it is only the Unity Party. So on that basis, as I said earlier, we don't know directly. I don't want to involve anyone because I'm a law-abiding and law-oriented person. So if I'm accusing you, I should have a direct with respect to the law to prove. But I'm telling you that the planner, the doer of this act, of this mysterious fire, it is somebody or originator for individuals who are opposition to us, who are enemy to us. And not only the party, but as I said earlier, Reverend Dr. Luther Tappe, they see him as a threat. The ascendancy recent time he has ascended to the position currently he occupying, he is being viewed especially by those forces, by those enemies as a threat. So 2023, as I said, the only competitive party that can constitutionally unseat this so-called legend regime, it is no party else but the Unity Party. It's glaring. So the public, we are here this morning to identify with our chairman, and we will always do that. We are going to stand by him. This is material value, and we are calling on the government. My last one, we are calling on the government to institute an investigation with respect to this. We are calling on the government, the Maserati Youth Congress, under the umbrella of the Unity Party, is calling on the government, the current government of this country, to organize, to institute, to launch an investigation in this situation. Because this is alarming, this is threatening, this is meant to frighten, to instill fear in our people, not only in Reverend Dr. Luther Tappe, but this, if I let me not that to you, this is the next Reverend Dr. Luther Tappe and that of our SB lives opposite or adjacent. So just clearly calculate what could be the next plan. Or we don't know the next plan because our SB lives not too far from here. So it's possible, the doer of the act, the next target could be our SB. But as I told you earlier, we are not going to be feared, to be frightened, to be moved, but rather we are going to stand tall as a man to facing this situation. So I thank you there.
What's the name again?
I'm calling Bakulobon, the Acting Secretary General of Mosurado County.
Pleasure.
Thank you very kindly. You're still watching Focus Online, Bureau Online Television with me, Tia Williams. We're still here at the home of Reverend Dr. Luther Tappe, Chairman of the Opposition Unity Party. We earlier on saw the arrival of the former chairman of the party, in Amimoda. He's here along with his wife, and some senior partisans of the Unity Party are also here in solidarity. And so stay with us from just wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Welcome. This is Focus on Liberia Online Television. Still at the home of the Unity Party Chairman, Reverend Dr. Luther Tafe.
So they're in conversation. The former chairman of the Unity Party, talking to Reverend Tafe, we're having a discussion. I'm sure I cannot hear from where I'm standing, but I'm sure they're talking about
All right, for those of you just joining us, I'd love to say welcome. You're watching Focus on Liberia Online Television. We are at the home of the chairman of the opposition Unity Party, Reverend Dr. Luther Tafe. According to reports, his home was got up by fire early Friday morning at around 1. And of course, this has been attributed to an alleged arson attack by unknown individuals. And so we thought to come out here to provide you coverage of the situation here in the ELWA or Rehab Copper Farm community. And so just to bring you up to speed, those of you just joining us, just to bring you up to speed, we are at the home of the chairman of the opposition Unity Party in presence of Reverend Dr. J. Luther Tafe. This is the vehicle that was burned. I'm told it started from this point. This is the garage. According to reports, the fire started from the garage, from the vehicle, if you will, and then spread out to the rest of the facility here. And I'm told it happened around 1 a.m. Early Friday. And so you can see the smoke still coming up. This is the home of the Unity Party chairman here in the Copper Farm community rehab. And so welcome. from just wherever you are, whatever you're doing. You're watching Focus on Liberia Online Television as we provide you coverage of this incident. You've listened to various speakers. We earlier on spoke with the chairman himself, who sounded so devastated, so down, if I will put it that way. We also spoke with the Secretary General of the former ruling Unity Party, in presence of Amos Twe. We spoke with the Maserati County Youth Chapter Secretary General, and you also heard from Noah Zao Gibson. Like I told you, scores of senior partisans of the Unity Party are here in solidarity. They've come to sympathize with Chairman Luther Tape. We earlier on saw the arrival of the Chairman Emeritus in Ami Moda. He's also here. He's being flanked by his wife. And so we want to make an attempt to speak with Ami Moda, former chairman of the opposition Unity Party. He's just seated right beside the current chairman of the Unity Party and other partisans as well of the Unity Party, all here in solidarity. And so we'll make an attempt to speak with Ami Moda once we have the opportunity. And so still with us, we will still with us, folks. Don't you go away. We'll provide you all of the coverage as far as this situation is concerned. But we want to leave you at this point for now and rejoin you subsequently. Perhaps we'll be speaking with the former chairman of the Unity Party, Mr. Ami Moda. And so we're still making frantic efforts to hear from the former chairman of the party. And so welcome. All right, I'm told the former Vice President, standard bearer of the former ruling Unity Party, has just arrived. Ambassador Bwaka is here.
Right behind you, coming right behind you.
Ambassador Joseph Numa Walker has arrived. We're here. Schools.
The former vice president will be
everywhere they go, wherever they can find stand, wherever they can find. Yes, man. That's my target. Why is it walk? Look at the wall.
the former vice president.
Yeah, we did go home. All I did for
All right, you're still watching Focus on Liberia online television. Former Vice President, standing bearer of the Unity Party, just toured the burn facility. He actually went to assess the level of damage. And so we're hoping that we will speak with the former Vice President.
Who was caught by fire early this morning. We understand about 1 o'clock. Now we've come to launch an inquiry to show some sympathy in terms of the situation of this tragic incident. We understood that one person is at the hospital seeking medication currently. Among the several persons are there, one person sustained injury. One person is seeking medication. So we're still here and hoping to speak with as they stand up with party position. Many speakers who have spoken earlier have mentioned that is the handiwork of some unscrupulous individuals in the establishment. But we as a movement cannot determine that as the way, but we hoping to hear from them what is their next course of action, because many of them have termed this as some attack on the part of the opposition. So keep watching. This is my name is William Howard. And my colleagues are here creative for the we make sure to bring you every pieces information that will be coming here this morning. So be there, don't you go away. Let's have fun. Let's stay together here. We have please stay here. We want to get from if the inquiry is launched, September 16th, we comply with this morning.
And so, still with us, you are watching Focus on Liberia Online Television. We're live from the Copper Farm community in Rehab, Painesville, where the home of the current chairman of the Opposition Unity Party, Reverend Dr. Luther Tappet, was got up a fire, I'm told, around 1 a.m. And it's been alleged that it's an arson attack. But whom, we don't know. And so we've come to find out and provide you all of the needed coverage. And so the former Vice President, current standard bearer of the Unity Party is here. The former chairman is also here. We hope that we can speak with out of them, just to get a word or two from them as per the situation here. Former Vice President Joe Barker arrived minutes ago, and he has assessed the level of damage.
And we hope that he also speak to this because they don't have this internal arrangement since they have this convention.
All right, the former chairman, Ami Moda, is up. I'm sure he's about to leave.
Status of the committee conflict since Joseph taking over and Tappet and all of the relationship. So many things to figure out from the chairman.
We right here of the
Unity Party here this morning. So let's keep it set.
of the Unity Party.
Rehab community just around the room of the former vice president and now standing there.
All right, chairman. Former chairman Ami Moda is about leaving now.
Very busy.
The former chairman of the Unity Party, Ami Moda, is here. Welcome to the media.
Thank you. Chairman, you visited this fire scene. What is your impression about this scene?
Oh, this is a tragedy. Fire is anywhere. So sad. Happy at this time, but I'm glad. One of the good things is that nobody was seriously harmed. Okay. The son is in the hospital. Wishing a speedy recovery. It's really unfortunate that we have the fire service truck close. Until now, they haven't responded. Something that we all need to wonder.
What would be your own call to the government of Liberia?
I mean, in every society, those protective institutions like the fire service are critical. People die from fire or just from the smoke of fire, just from situations where people have been prevented. And that's why you must have those efficient social protection agencies like the fire service. Not only for fire, but for emergencies. I understand one is right through about the president's office. Those services are not going to
Do you think this is intended to target the opposition Unity Party?
No, I'm not going to speculate.
Who do you think will be behind this, Mr. Moda?
I'm not going to, it would be this man fire.
Okay.
What's the relationship in the party? Because there have been speculation of internal wrangling.
Okay. We had an election. I'm proud of having an election taking the party to election.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's your pleasure.
Thank you. So, Ami Moda is the chairman emeritus of the opposition Unity Party. We're still here at the home of Reverend Dr. Luther Tappe, who is the current chair of the opposition Unity Party. According to reports, his home was gutted by fire during the early morning hours of Friday. And so we are here providing you coverage. Former Vice President and current standard bearer of the Unity Party is here, in solidarity as well. Ambassador Joe Walker is here. So we'll make some attempts to speak with former Vice President and current standard bearer of the Unity Party, Ambassador Joseph Yumandwaka. We want to leave you at this point for now and rejoin you subsequently. Don't go away, stay with us. This is Focus on Liberia Online Television. Well, the home of the current chair of the Unity Party, Reverend Dr. Luther Tappe, was gutted by fire during the early morning hours of Friday until this happened around 1. The fire started from the garage. According to Chairman Tappe, this community is currently off as a result of some technical problem experienced weeks ago on the part of the Liberia Electricity Corporation, and so this particular Copperfund community has been off for some time. And last evening, according to him, he did not use his diesel generator, but rather use his solar panel, which served as another means of providing electricity for his home. But unfortunately, the neighbors out there experienced the fire and alerted him. And so he started from the vehicle and later on spread out to his house. And you can see the level of damage. And so we are here providing you coverage. According to him, this is Arson. We don't know who is behind the alleged arson attack. We're hoping that the relevant authorities will launch an immediate investigation and come out with findings as to what actually happened here at the home of the chairman of the Opposition Unity Party in presence of Reverend Dr. Luther Tappe. My name is Theo Williams. We want to leave you at this point and rejoin you, but then we will be hoping to speak with the standard bearer of the Unity Party and former Vice President of Liberia in presence of Ambassador Joseph Nyeman Boakai. Until then, let's leave it at this point.